Hello, everyone, and welcome to Different Stages Radio. I'm your host, JJ, broadcasting in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And on today's show, I'm very excited to bring to you the vocalist and guitarist, songwriter from the up-and-coming band Violet, who are about to release their sophomore album, Mysteria, on Yellow Muffin Records on December the 13th. Please welcome my guests, Jamie Beckham and Manuel Heller. How are you?
Hi,
Hey
JJ.
man,
So happy to be here.
I'm
I'm
so happy to
fine.
have you.
great to be on here. Good evening.
How are things in your world right now? Evening in Germany?
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
actually, it's 8 a.m. right now in Germany. So,
8 a.m.?
Oh,
sorry,
it's
PM.
PM.
I don't know. It's in the evening. I don't have a clue how that works in America and Canada. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's 11 a.m. in my time. I think it's 8 p.m. in your time. I believe.
Yeah, probably. So
Oh, Jesus.
it's dark outside, so it's in the evening.
Very good, very good, very good. So yeah, I want to get people aware of Violet. I was so happy to stumble upon you when I was just going through some stuff, looking at stuff, and it was a YouTube suggestion for the track Calling on You. And when I saw the little caption in the corner, I'm thinking, why? I feel immediately I should know what this is just by that shot. I'm thinking, this must be something, a lost track from Lost Band 84, 85, 86. How do I not know this? Right away, I felt like I must know this. So I click on it and I'm like, I don't think I know this. But what's like, it really struck me. So then I had to investigate right away. And I'm like, no, this is a new band. And I was immediately blown away, and I'm still blown away by the way that you're able to authentically, and I can't stress that enough as a fan myself of that era of the hard rock, arena rock, melodic rock, how well you are able to capture that in a true and authentic way. That there are so many bands, whether it's trying to capture a style that you're doing, or whether it be kind of a 70s stoner rock style, that sort of thing. I find sometimes it's often contrived. In the case of Violet, I don't get any of that at all, and it shocks me. So, where does that come from?
First of all, thank you so much for your words. It's like a huge compliment if people say things like these, because yeah, you're right. There's many bands trying to like do create something similar to the 80s, but they're just putting some modern stuff in there as well, so you can hear, oh, right, it's modern. But yeah, our goal was to make it like really that much 80s as much as it's possible. And yeah, it's probably coming from the thing. We're listening to the same bands as you, probably, because we can see your shirt,
I wore that for
Night
you.
Ranger.
Yeah, actually, Night Ranger is one of my favorite AOR arena rock bands of all time, and a big inspiration of mine for being that kind of singer in this style of music. So we listen to like exactly this kind of music like our parents used to listen to. And actually, for us, the 80s are not just music or movies nor something else. The 80s are a lifestyle for us because every one of us, every single one in the band has like this long hair with this haircut like they had back then and stuff like that. And we wear vintage clothing and stuff like that. So it's our way of life actually. And I think this is part of the reason why our music sounds so authentic because it's just us creating music that we love.
Couldn't have said it better.
And I look at the videos that you've done, which I find are just priceless. But I also can't stress enough to people that, as entertaining as they are, the songs have to be strong, and they are. Like the hooks, the delivery, the spacing, it's just priceless. Like it's like I get mad.
Thank you so
Like
much.
I get mad in a
Thank you
good
so much,
way.
man.
I get mad in a good way just because it's so honest. And from somebody who was a teenager in the 80s, not to date myself to be 400 years old, but back when
Come
when
on.
but when Night Ranger was putting out, Midnight Madness and stuff like in Seven Wishes, I was 14, 15. Like that was my stuff. So to hear something once again, to be so honest, and like you said, you live the 80s, and obviously you have amazing parents to influence you in such a way. But back to the videos for a moment, is that I feel that those are a nice selling point, but it goes back to, you still have to have an amazing song, and these are great songs.
Thank you so much,
Thank
man.
you so
I
much.
think you mentioned something interesting here, like that our parents have like a good taste, and
They
actually,
have.
yeah, of course, and it's part of the reason why we can sound like this, because my dad is actually our producer, and he's giving extremely much time, like putting extremely much time into this project, and
Yes.
he made sure that the sound is as authentic as it's possible, you know. So we have to give huge credits to my dad at this point. So you
Definitely.
weren't that wrong with the point of the parents.
And Jamie, you want to build on that?
Yeah, I mean, as Manu already said, his dad is such a genius when it comes to working on our albums, on our demos. He does everything when it comes to the music, when it comes to the studio stuff. And this guy is just awesome because he gets this, I would say, like this artsy thing inside of the music, but in a good way and in a very authentic way. That, I mean, with some songs on the new album, you just sit inside of a time machine, and you have like this feeling of being back in 1985, and it's just awesome. And I haven't heard that in a long time, like from a new producer in 2024. So he is a big part of the magic going on here in Violets, and I would
Indeed.
say he's like a very, very big part of our team and our band, sort of, because of what he does for us. So on this part here, a big thanks to Andy Constandaras for making our albums and our music so perfect.
So it definitely helps having somebody from the day who understands the day and can,
Indeed, yeah.
yeah. So that's
Yes.
awesome. Manuel, I want to talk though a bit about your songwriting and just the spacing in the arrangements. It's kind
Ooh.
of funny because when I was going back, because I like to try not to learn too much about a band right away. I kind of want to try to figure as much as I can on my own. And when I started hearing certain things within songs, and then I started looking at the bio on your site, I started laughing in a good way. I mean this because I'm like, I almost hear some Canadian stuff in there in a way for a German band, some undertones. So when I see references in there towards Saga, or some people prefer Saga, and Triumph, I was finding that quite entertaining, because I find in the track Bad Dream, which is just brilliant. Like I get mad too that it's stuck in my head quite regularly. And the video, once again, is priceless, but the song is amazing. The guitar work you do in there reminds me a lot of Ian Crichton from Saga. Is that just by accident, or is that something that you're channeling?
Oh man, this is a very interesting question, because right in the solo part, our keyboard player is a huge fan of Saga, a huge fan of them, probably the biggest one I know.
Yeah, his
And
his favorite band, actually.
Well, he's a smart
and
man.
and, and while writing this at this point of the song, at the solo, I thought, you know what, I will do him a favor. Like, come on, we will just rip off some we would just do something similar, like what Saga would have done. And this was the thing what came out, because Saga is doing a lot of, this guitar key twin lead thing. So this, it's, well, it's inspired by Saga. I love
Okay, so I'm I'm happy to hear that. That's cool.
it. It wasn't an accident.
It was an accident. Okay, and then I wanted to bring up too another one. Looks of a Winner from Illusions.
Oh yeah.
The intro, is that also just because I go? It's almost like Judas Priest meets Dire Straits. Like it's a little bit of Turbo meets Money for Nothing.
Actually,
Oh my
yes.
God, never heard that, but awesome.
Yeah, it's almost like it's got the Turbo, the start, and then it's got a bit of Money for Nothing with the drum part going on.
Yeah, you're
Actually,
right.
yes.
Now that you're saying it, it's like logical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we know, we already had we have thought of things like Money for Nothing or Yngwie Malmsteen's Making Love, the
Nice.
intro.
Yeah.
And because the beginning, like one of the first versions of the song, had an intro that was very similar to Making Love from Yngwie Malmsteen. But the thing is, I didn't know the song before, and my dad heard it and was like, "Man, this is the intro of Making Love." And I was like, "What is this?" And he showed me, and it was exactly the same. And well, we transformed it into something else, and well, now we're at Turbo and Money for Nothing. So no matter what we do, there's something what sounded alike, like in the past.
But I appreciate that you're able to throw those little flavors and little tastes. Like there's little things that you do as well, Jamie, that I'm like, oh, you're getting like there's that you're slightly channeling some. I see that you're the Ann Wilson fan. Like not that it's necessarily full on Ann Wilson vibe, but just there's those little flavors, and I think that's what makes Violet again separate from others, where they'll totally dial in, and it seems like it's a blatant ripoff. Where this seems
Well, yeah.
like a legit homage to 84 to 87 primarily.
Actually, it's
Yeah,
always so it's making me so happy when somebody tells me that I sound like Ann Wilson sometimes, because she's such a huge inspiration for me as probably the rock goddess herself in rock. And I just
absolutely.
love this woman with all of my heart, and she's a very big inspiration, especially with heart, but also with her solo stuff. And I wouldn't consider myself as somebody that sounds a lot like her, but I definitely try to put some influences inside of the music. And yeah, I guess that works somehow.
Well, I think, yeah,
Yeah,
I think
I'm
it's more
just
kind of channeling the phrasing a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm glad it works. So actually everything's done right, I would say.
You know,
Yeah.
when we first met Jamie, and we were sitting outside at the bench like together, and we were listening to a song from Heart. Jamie was randomly starting singing along, and I was like, "Yeah, she sounds like Ann Wilson, like a bit." I was always saying this, and Ann Wilson is also for me like the best female singer ever. So
Fun
yeah.
fact, fun fact to that one of the other songs I sang that night when I met Manu and the rest of the band was Don't Tell Me You Love Me by Night Ranger, actually, because
Yeah,
I
right.
was in my absolutely heaviest Night Ranger phase at that time. And when I met the guys, I told them, please make a Night Ranger song, put a Night Ranger song on. And then I started singing to Don't Tell Me You Love Me, and I don't remember which hard song it was actually, but yeah, it was also a hard song, and I was just randomly started singing. I didn't have like this heavy technique behind it. I was just having fun with the singing a little bit, and the guys were like blown away, and I was just like, okay, I guess they like me, and I guess they like the singing, and they were like, okay, this is our singer now. So that's how I joined Violet.
True, like it was.
But not even trying.
I think it was All I Wanna Do Is Make Love to You, if I
Yeah,
remember right.
could probably be possible. Yeah. Yeah.
That is,
Yeah, but all these inspiration or these little sidekicks from of things like the Saga thing and whatever. I think it comes from, I don't know, just listening to all this stuff all the time, and also like stuff from metal, like the metal genre and everything, and the modern
Yeah.
pop. And in the end, I accidentally put things together which probably sound like some parts of some of these bands or something. And yeah, but unconsciously, of course. But well, it's cool because people like it, and that's all that matters.
Well, here's another band I'll throw at you because I find that when you add your vocals, Manuel, that I find I hear a little bit of Roxette even. Is
Of
that an influence
Pair,
to you at all? Hmm?
of the the
He
the, the
def
May guy I like.
Yeah,
he
but also
definitely
just
sounds like
good
Pear sometimes, definitely.
not as so much as as sounding like per se, but just as far as once again the bit of the arrangements, as far as there's Jamie up front, and then you kind of slide in with this change of flavor, which
Yeah.
is perfect. Like it's just perfect. Like your parts in Bad Dream just sell the song like it's a great song, and then it jumps that other half level. I don't know.
Oh, gee.
I just think it just works out really, really well.
Holy crap.
Yeah, that's
Oh, thank you so much.
no problem.
Well, this is
It just fits. I
okay.
just find it fits.
Oh, thank you so much. Like
Yeah.
we started with this two vocal thing
Mhm.
on the first album with in some parts like Burning May and Looks of a Winner, and the people loved it. And I was planning on having a male singer like in the band, like an extra one, finding one. And well, now, yeah, I don't think we need one anymore because yeah, the people loved it, and now we made some new stuff also with like male and female vocals, and seems like the people like it.
Awesome. Now the videos, I was bring that up as well. So anybody who's checking out this video for the first time who hasn't seen any of your videos, once again, these are amazing. Where does the concepts come from? Are these ideas in your mind? Is this your dad helping out? What's the story behind the videos?
Oh, well, like Angelina, I would say the I think the song screams for a live performance video. I think this is like is my personal opinion. And we have like a friend who's doing videos, like he's studying this stuff, and we asked him if he would be down for it. And so I sat together with him and our bassist, like for many nights, like on call, and we were planning on doing some funny things and whatever. And by accident, the idea was there to continue like the video and do a how it's called the transition into the second one. So that our bassist is falling asleep in the cinema, and then he's waking up, but he's not waking up. He has like a bad dream. So this was like the core of the idea of the second one also. And yeah, we had like extremely different concepts for the second one. Actually, the video isn't fitting the lyrics if you pay attention, because the lyrics are like a heartbreak stuff, as always. But the video is nothing like this, But it's just because of the chorus part, "Bad Dream." That's everything. Well,
Actually,
yeah.
the idea of making like this sort of horror video out of the Bad Dream video was one of the few ideas I actually had, because I was inspired by like these very artsy videos, like maybe Visage with Fade to Gray or something like that, or in Flashdance there's this performance where Jennifer Beals has this very white face paint, and she has this dancing performance in her red gown and stuff like that. And I was heavily inspired by that because I wanted to have a very artsy makeup video, like with where everyone has very white painted faces and stuff. And in the end, we chose to make a horror concept out of that because it quite fits with the title Bad Dream, that our bass player basically has this bad dream while he's fallen asleep inside of that cinema. And yeah, we just wanted to make like this kind of cliche 80s horror movies stuff, like a little bit of Evil Dead from here, because I'm quite a very big fan of the Evil Dead franchise. So I kind of put like those Linda elements inside of my character there and stuff like that. And in the end, Christopher, our friend, made an awesome video out of it, and I just love the vibes, and also that Back to the Future vibes when it comes to the car, and it just turned out beautifully and fits awesome to the concept. And I mean, our lyrics are mostly into that heartbreak stuff, as Manu already said, but it's quite interesting to have like a different video to fit to that song with a different script, with a different story, to just have like this little tension inside of it to get a new vibe into that song, I would say.
Well said. Back to the Angelina video, though, because as much as I think the song is great, I like that there's the moment for the sax solo. Whose idea was it for the sax solo? And the sax solo is perfect.
Well, yeah, it's I kept the space after the second chorus and everything free because I immediately heard a saxophone there. Like, I don't know, it was meant to be.
Exactly, it's priceless.
I love saxophones. You can put saxophones everywhere.
That is great. So December 13th, the new album comes out, Mysteria. Where can we get this? Where can we find it? Are we going to have physical product this time around like we did with Illusions?
Oh, yeah, we have, like in German, not supermarkets, electronic markets like, do they exist in America? I don't know, in Canada.
I don't think so.
Well, it's in some markets here. You can buy them physically and, on our website very soon. Like the pressings are ready, I think, this or next week. And then we will put them up on our homepage, violetband.de.
As well as merch. Is there? I see that you have some previous shirts. Is there some new shirts as well coming up, or just the discs so far?
Yeah. Of course, we made a design already, and it's getting printed now. So we will have them by the release date and can sell them on the release party.
I need to buy a bunch of stuff. I need to spend a loot getting Violet product sent to me.
Oh, we will drop a lot more in the near future.
So new single Arms, stuff. Yeah, awesome. So new single Arms Around comes out on November the 15th. I'm sure there's going to be another stellar video to accompany that. Anything you can divulge at this point? Because I think we should have this interview out on or about the time the new single is out.
Oh yeah, perfect. Like the video will be something different from the others. This is something I can say because we collected a lot of moments. Like on camera, we are traveling with this hand cam thing, like these the small ones, and we put together very much stuff like outtakes from our other videos and like our trips and tours and whatever. And yeah, it will be a more nostalgic video, actually.
Perfect.
Actually, this next video will be an homage to the band, like to the band members and to our band family. And we will, I won't explain too much because it's 2 days left, but for me personally, it's a very emotional video because it's a good side through our lives as a band together, and especially a good side in our friendships. And this is the most important thing here because we are not just band members, we are friends in real life. And so many bands in this world are just working together and they can't stand each other. And with us, this is actually definitely not the case. So, and we wanted to pay an homage to this friendship with the new video.
Yeah, indeed.
That is great. And you have a CD or album release show coming up on December 21st in hometown. Is that correct?
Oh, that's correct. Will you be there?
I would love to be there. I really would. I haven't been to Germany. I've been close, but it's on my list of places to go.
Oh, have a very good date for being there. You know, the 21st of December would be a good timing.
Just a couple
Yeah,
days
that would
before
be a very
Christmas.
good date.
Is it just yourself, or are you playing with anybody else?
Oh, it's just us. It's just us.
Just us this time, yeah.
And then I see you have a show in Malmo next year. Any details
Yes.
about that?
Yeah, we're quite happy on this one because this is a very, very big AOR and melodic rock festival in Sweden. And we played one show in Copenhagen in Denmark this year. And this was also an amazing experience for us as a band with awesome artists, with awesome bands, and with the whole amazing crew backstage and stuff. It was just amazing. And I mean, I love Scandinavia, so it will be a pleasure to me to be back. And Sweden is one of my favorite countries ever. I've never been there in my entire life. So it will be just a pleasure to be there with such amazing bands, like with Tree just playing there, for example. Daytona is playing there. Crazy Licks are playing. Kiss and Dynamite are playing. Like the lineup is very strong next year. And yeah, we're gonna have a hell of a good time, I would say.
Oh,
Excellent.
yes.
Any other plans thus far for 2025, or just figuring that part out right now? Like any other plans as far as touring wise, just figuring it out as you go?
Yeah, of course. Like we will try to get, of course, way more shows, but it probably will be like the last time we dropped an album, because the last time we also dropped like in the end of a year, like it was November. This time it's December, and from this moment on, there were like a lot of like requests for concerts and festivals and everything, like in the some months after that, and I hope it will be the same this time. And of course, we will see to get as much gigs as we can. And also, of course, we promised to have 12 songs on the album, but we had to remove like two just to get like the vinyl and everything going. And we will release those and some little surprises in the middle of next year. So
Nice to
stay
spread it
tuned.
out. You just spread it out. Well, I appreciate all the effort you're putting in. I'm so excited for the new record. I'm so excited to see how this band is going to grow, because I believe you have endless potential. Like you really do have all the tools. So I'm pulling for you. I highly recommend that everybody check out Violet. I highly recommend that everybody check out the new single Alone Again, hitting the airwaves on November the 15th. Everybody buy a copy of Mysteria, coming out on December the 13th. Everybody check out a copy of Illusions. And all the best to Manuel and Jamie. I thank you again for today. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, JJ. It was awesome.
I hope we can do it again. This is,
Of course,
Yeah.
anytime.
We will love to. Every time.
every time. This is Different Stages Radio.